we're going to be showing you some survival skills that we'll be using in our upcoming summer survival trip video. So that we can... First we're going to show you how to do batoning. And that's basically where you split wood with your average everyday... This isn't everyday, but with your knife. Okay? Basically, you're going to line it up on the top of the wood, like this. And then you're just going to beat the living crap out of it.
This is through a process called batoning, and you should use an everyday. You shouldn't use an everyday knife. You have to use a survival knife. Go to a sporting goods store and just avoid knives by the name of Gerber, because they're not very good. Oh wow, this is pretty. Knots will make your splitting a little more difficult. If you don't have a really thick knife, you should be careful of that, but mine's a crowbar.
Or get a different
It's a knife in disguise.
Knife in disguise, more like it's a crowbar in disguise.
That's pretty much how it's done. Your knife will get all scraped up, and if you want it to look pretty, don't do it, but I don't care.
You will also need much practice on this, because I failed earlier. Now we are going to be giving you a little bit of a tutorial on how to chop poles to make stuff with, say spear, shelter, a poker stick for your fire, some other type of spit or something. And it's really not all that complicated. Still using our knives, and basically it's exactly like you would chop down a tree with an axe. Just go, well, you don't want this here normally, but just go this direction, then come back and cut like this, and then like this, and then just keep doing that over and over and over again until a little rough, but get the basic idea.
Hey, this is just a general shelter. We call it a windbreak. Made out of pine and poles that you've seen us cut previously. We will be showing you how to do this in our video because it takes a lot of effort to do this, and we're not doing that for you all over again because it hurts the environment. So, you'll see this later. Thanks.
Pine fingers in my shirt.
Well, we're splitting some more wood to show you a fire making tutorial, and our pit is right there as you can see.
Yep.
We're going to show you how to make a pyramid fire. It's not a very good fire to have if you want it to burn all day. You make a log cabin fire if you want to do that, but that's for another time.
There are many, many, many different kinds of fires that you can make for all different kinds of situations, but we're too lazy right now, so. Anything but, what did you say?
Gerber. Gerber blows. this is our spear making tutorial. It's mostly designed if you have a knife that can... We're using a knife that's meant to be a spear, but you can just carve it into a spear if you want, or a lot of people, as I, have rope on my...
This one is what's going to go on there. You can see how the end is open. Yeah, it makes a nice spear.
But most people keep a little rope on their sheath so that they can lash their knife to a spear, but my knife's a little heavy. It weighs a pound, which is heavy for a knife, so we're just going to use this. But right now I'm just carving it down so the knife will fit.
Stop
as
stealing
the dog
wood.
steals our firewood some more.
You're not going to have any left.
We just carved it down so the knife would fit over it. There were a bunch of knots. As you can see.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If it doesn't, we'll just carve it down some more. Nope.
Doesn't really fit.
Not quite. That just means we gotta keep going at it. It's not very challenging. It's the better shelter. I'll pick that up. I think it might be good to the point, but I'm not sure.
Really? Is it gonna fit?
As he steals more firewood.
What the heck? That's a whole log.
It's on.
Oh crap, I'm never gonna get my knife back. I'm gonna stab it into a tree now.
This is the knife I was using earlier. It's made by K-Bar. It's the Becker BK2. It is a 1/4 inch thick. I call it the crowbar because of how massive it is. It's got the headache maker is what the guy that made it called it on the bottom. It's a little hammer. You can also bash that off the rocks and stuff. The sheath is very well made. I believe that sheath is amazing. I latched it with a little paracord to make a lanyard. It makes a nice click when you put it in. It is no way a stealth knife or a tactical knife. It's not easy to get out of the sheath for any means. It is just awful. But it is in there. Like, you don't need the strap. You could just let it flop around as much as you want. The strap is removable. I mean, this is just a great survival knife. Retail for this one is $107, I believe. Get it on Amazon for like $61. It's a smart thing to do. It's great for chopping and splitting and stuff. You saw it earlier. That's pretty much it. This is a cold steel Bushman. We use the sheath for that knife for the ZK Death Dagger because it fit. And for that knife, we got a really crappy survival knife for like $10. And we just tried to fix it earlier and it's just junk. So we're using the
process of being
glued. It's in the process of being fixed. So we took the sheath from that and used the cold steel Bushman with it. It holds a little sharpening stone, a little whetstone. It does okay for sharpening. I used it earlier. This knife, as you've seen earlier, can be fashioned into a spear. I call it more of a hunter-survival because it can be used for hunting because it's also designed to be thrown. If you get a cork, you can plug the bottom and use it to store little goodies inside, and, like matches.
Just don't tip it upside down.
Yeah, you'd also have to plug the top. It is very slippery, so we wrapped it in electrical tape.